I fought this 6'6" giant in an interclub. Let me show you how it went. Instantly I can see obviously he's super tall. And I know what he's looking for, I know the for teeps. So the first one, instantly I catch it and I go for a sweep. Here he goes for a head kick, but I push forwards with it, pushing him off balance. He goes for a little trick, can't believe he even tried that. Had to remind him, bro, you're tall but you ain't Yao Ming. I can still kick you as well. And I'm closing in on a lot of his shots, especially his kicks, trying to discourage him from doing those. And here I'm just working the body because that's basically what's right in front of me. So my foot's about to drop, I leave it out and I turn him over my leg. Here as I'm going to drop, I just recycle my leg and go for the kick. Then I'm going for few overhands. Here's something to notice in the clinch. I have the hook on his arm and you see me do this motion. So instead of kneeing his arm, I open it up so that I can actually knee his body. Then here I'm trying to get a good head position, get my head underneath his chin, making it super uncomfortable for him. Then we both exchange switch kicks. Then here, I go for the kick, then I feint the kick, slide to the left, then I chop down my low kick. And because all of his weight is in that leg, he can't lift it up to check. That was a good body kick. Here I'm starting to punish him for these teeps. As he misses that teep, I circle and land the inside low kick. His corner tells him to back off and let me come in. So I'm joking, I step back and say, you come towards me. Then here you'll see many different ways that I feint. So I land my teep first. So I see he lowers his hand to defend the teep. So then the very next strike, I go for a question mark kick to come around his guard. So now I fake the teep and go for a cross over the top, hoping that he drops his hands, but he manages to move out in the last second. Also, let's take a quick second to appreciate the teep. Here I'm trying to land that overhand right and counter his counter. Start to see my hands starting to connect. I'm trying to slip a lot of his shots to close the distance. But here you see some pretty good knees from him. And because he's so tall, at ranges that I think I'm safe, I still get clipped with shots. So here you see me slipping inside his shots. Then I land good left hook, wins him, and then I go for the leg kick. So I know that I've already hurt him with the body shot. So rather than instantly go back to it, I dip like I'm going to and try to land the uppercut, and then I go back to the leg. Let's break this down. So I go for the teep, but as you can see, his knee gets in the way, so I end up falling forwards, putting me into southpaw. And I think that he's gonna punch, so I try to slip the punch, but I end up going too low. So then he goes for the head kick. I think it's a kick. I catch the kick slash knee and I go for a trip, but I needed to commit more to it, and also his legs are really long, so I needed to actually clear it out of the way. Then here, he's clearly afraid of the body shots, so I feint it and go high. Let's look at this sequence slowly. So he goes to throw his right and I slip to my right, which in boxing rules, that's the opposite way of where you're meant to slip. You're meant to slip on the outside of the shots. And obviously this is something I know, but sometimes you just react. Here, I'm primed for a head kick, but he would have to throw the shot knowing that I'm going to be there. So it's quite hard for somebody at this level to time it, but this is definitely something as I go up in rank, people are gonna notice. Then I come in my right, and if you look at his own boxing skills, they're quite poor. That's the reason why I can slip a lot of his shots, cross. I think it's because he's so tall, he's not used to actually using the whole of his range. Then here, let's watch that back. I go for that teep, and you can see once again he drops his hands. So then I feint the teep, go for the cross, I slip his right hand, and then I go and take his back. See here, I go for the inside leg kick, but it's too low. Then I switch from the southpaw stance, throw my straight left, and bring my head off the center line, which means that I slip his jab. Then as I've got the angle on him, I turn back and throw my cross, once again slipping my head on the outside of his cross. And then I follow through with a body shot as I bring my weight across him. Then I try to do this again. I try to feint the teep and come through with the body shot. However, he takes the angle this time, meaning that my left hook didn't land, and I tried to follow through with the right, but I put too much into it and actually stepped through, leaving myself exposed. But because he'd already taken the angle, he was too far away to actually hit me. Jab to the head, jab to the body, letting him think I'm gonna go low. Then here I try to then do the same thing, but this time follow up with a right head kick, hoping that he drops his hands. However, he brings his knee up in time to disrupt me enough to where it's just a pretty bad body kick, to be honest.
Forward, and then come up to the head. Peter Arts.
He comes to step in for his knee, but leaves his head up. So at the same time, I go with my overhand right and actually clip him. When you're slipping shots, you run the risk of getting kneed, and that's exactly what happened here. This one lands straight in my chest. That night, I was coughing bears. And it's an interclub, so we're all happy, but just quickly, look at this height difference. You see when we both stand up straight, he's literally a head taller than me. If you want to see a breakdown of some of my previous fights, let me know below.